And so that's what's going. Leonardo DiCaprio, you got this new movie out, The Wolf of Wall Street, and it's always the case. Actors go out and portray real people, and then they become those people. They go out and pretend to be real people, and then they become experts in those real people. And not just that, they become experts in what the real person did. For example, Jessica Lange and a couple of other actresses way back in the 80s, they starred in a movie about the Dust Bowl and how tough it was on the farms in the Midwest back during the Dust Bowl. And because of their movie, they were called to testify before Senator Cranston's committee on agricultural problems. And all they were actresses. They had portrayed people in a movie. All of a sudden, they became actresses. And actually, all it was, Cranston was just a dirty old man. He would do anything at Morgan Fairchild up there. He just, whatever pretense to get some actresses in his office, he'd do it. I mean, he was considered a swordsman by some of those people. Remember that? You probably don't, Snurdly, because you weren't paying attention back then. But I'm telling you, Alan Cranston, I mean, he might have looked like Jurassic Park, but for some, he had something with these young actresses. Anyway, Leonardo DiCaprio is the latest. Now, you know that Leo is a huge global warming advocate. This guy has just naively, ignorantly bought into the entire hoax and then some. Thinks Al Gore is the greatest human being that's ever lived. He practically broke down in tears one year at the Epidemic Awards when Gore won for his movie. And Leo's up on stage shaking his head and just, oh, wow. Oh, wow, it is such an honor to be breathing the same air. By the way, Al Gore said numerous times that by now the North Pole would be absent ice. He did numerous times, predicted 5 years ago that North Pole ice would not exist, that it would all have melted. I kid you not, dead wrong on everything. And yet these people continue to get awards. They continue to be prominent. They continue to be listened to. And so DiCaprio portrays this really despicable character. And all of a sudden, DiCaprio's now an expert on capitalism, joining the Pope. On CNN's New Day, Nichelle Turner interviewed DiCaprio about his new movie and said, why did it take so long to get this movie made?
I feel like it's an accurate reflection of everything that's wrong with the world we live in today. The attitude of this character, Jordan Belfort, is directly attributed to the destruction of our economy. You can attribute this attitude, that's this darker side of human nature, to everything that has gone wrong in society, really. It's a microcosm of a much bigger story, This sort of hedonistic attitude, this desire to do only what's right for ourselves and no one else, is a reflection of a much bigger story.
Okay, so he plays a role in a movie, and now that character and his story is the reason why we are in the economic circumstances that we're in today. It's the reason why everybody's in it for themselves only and why there's so much selfishness and greed going on. So now the pop culture cartoon of capitalism is in vogue again. It's exactly right. Who is it that projects and lives off the image of hedonism? Then Hollywood. Hollywood, the whole public relations machine of Hollywood is based on actors and actresses being perceived by the low information crowd as doing nothing but pursuing sybaritic delights. Pure, total hedonism. Life is the red carpet. Life is the after party. Life is the pre-party. Life is the opening. I mean, well, that's his point. Snurdly is saying that there was a picture of this guy on a yacht with nothing but babes. That's what this character in the movie did. I mean, this guy in the movie who wrote the book, Jordan Belfort, it did live one of these super hedonistic lifestyles. But my point is, so he did. It's an isolated case. Now here comes DiCaprio telling everybody who listens to these interviews that he does, and that's the low information crowd, that that's what's wrong with America. That guy that I just played in this movie, that's America. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with capitalism. Never mind that DiCaprio is becoming insufferably wealthy because of it. The hypocrisy totally misses these people. Now, they have to get themselves entered into the political fray. They have to do it. Even in they're just proud of their utter, total ignorance about what they're talking about. Anyway, that's that. Quick time out. We've got lots to do today here on the EIB network as we chug on down the tracks. It's Christmas time here in America, and we will continue after this. Don't go away.